good luck to Thomas Tuchel. I'm just saying, I wish it was an English manager as well, because it would just then be complete, the full picture.
Yeah.
It just takes a little piece out of the jigsaw that we had to go elsewhere to bring a manager in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Swift Half. Today, I wanted to talk about is because it was an international break, right, just gone, and I hate international break. Unless it's the Euros.
Football, by the way.
Football. Football. Do you know, like with England and stuff, unless it's the Euros or the World Cup, it just gets in the way of Premier League football and other football. Because I look forward to the Saturdays or the midweek games. I look forward to watching United, because I'm a United fan and so are you. And it got me thinking into the World Cup, which is coming up next year.
Yeah.
How do you feel, and what is your opinion on having a foreign manager for the national team?
Oh.
Does it bother you? Because now we've got Thomas Tuchel come in.
I don't think it bothers me in principle, no, actually. No, I don't. I mean, okay, prime example. If Pep Guardiola went, I'd love to manage the English national team, I'd be like, I'd be running a Spanish flag up.
I wouldn't.
I'd be running a Catalan flag up my flagpole immediately. I'm like, whatever, well, just get us the win. That wouldn't bother me.
Really? See,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
My only issue is that the foreign managers that we have had have been a bit shit.
Well, do you know what it's not a rant, but I don't understand why Thomas Tuchel, being German, listen, it could be from anywhere, but Germany is a big rival for England, as it has been for over years with football, as we know, is why would he want to manage another country against his own country in the World Cup?
Give you a few million reasons why.
I know it's money, but I'm saying, all right, this is what happens if England plays Germany. If it's in the final, semi-final, or in the group stages, are you telling me he's going to want England to beat his national team where he's from?
What, you think he's going to be secretly just doing shit tactics?
He's not going to be singing the national anthem, is he? I bet under his breath he's singing a German one. Well, I'm just saying, and do you know what? If England beats Germany, he can't go home.
He's going, who's had a shit season? I'll take a couple of wild card shit lads who are dog shit. They've had a terrible season. Just in case we get Germany in the semi-final, I can throw them on.
That's what I'm saying. He'd be playing like Kyle Walker up front and all sorts. There'd be people, the goalkeeper. Where's the goalkeeper playing? Well, I put him in midfield today. I just thought he looked good in training. He's like, bollocks. I just don't know how he can. If England win that game, right, how can he go home and go, I've just knocked our national team out of the World Cup, right?
All right.
And if England get beat, I'm sure these people are going to be saying, he secretly wanted Germany to beat us. He's German. Why would you not want your own national team to win?
Could you not make the same argument, though, just hypothetically, for, those players or you, not you, because we're talking as fans, but players, professionals who have grown up as absolute die-hard fans of one club, but then they end up playing for their rival. I think Jamie Carragher famously grew up as a die-hard Everton fan and then became a Liverpool legend.
I think Cole Palmer's a United fan.
Exactly.
City.
Yeah. So we don't play for City anymore, but I don't
he did.
Signed
for City.
But yeah,
played for Chelsea. He played at City.
Yeah, and that happens. So, but their professionalism and sense of wanting to be a winner.
It's different.
Okay, so why is it different?
Because it's your national team. You're playing for your country.
But you started this conversation by saying you're not even that arsed about the national team unless they're playing in the Euros or the World Cup.
No, what I'm saying is it bothers me because it gets in the way of the Premiership. I love it when it comes around because there's no football on. There's no Man United's not playing because it's a break. They're off.
In one of the best things, by the way, when the group stages, you wake up in the morning, you go, game kicks off in half an hour.
Not 3 games today.
Then the game finishes and you go, next one kicks off in half an hour. It's amazing. And then when it finishes, you go, life's boring when there's not 3 international football games a day.
The thing is, then you've got the Premiership round the corner and watch United again, and it's just that match of the day. What it is for me, I just don't. I tell you, there's another point to this: is does it mean, right? People say, well, because our managers aren't good enough in England, that's why we've got a foreign manager. But would that mean if the rules were, listen, it's our best against your best, from the manager to the last player, you've got to be from that country. So Germany, England, Italy, front to back, your national.
Does that include the Backroom staff as well.
Well, maybe. Why not?
Okay.
Let's include them. Let's throw the kit man in.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, I'm just saying, then would you not then put more effort into giving English managers more of a chance in the Premier League to get them experience because you know the national team might suffer? Would we then put more funding into our... Like the Bosman rule used to be in football. You can only have so many foreign players in Europe, so we had to invest in the youth policy in England because you couldn't have 10 foreign players playing in a European game.
Don't you remember in our youth when you'd be watching Man United and you'd have to have a much weakened team in the Champions League? Well, I think it was the European... No, it was the Champions League then. You had to have a much weakened team because you could only have a certain number of foreign players.
That's the Bosman ruling, yeah.
Yeah. Did you? I thought the Bosman ruling was that you could go on a free when your contract expires.
No, I thought that was a foreign... I thought that meant you could have so many foreign players. I don't know. But either way, there was a rule you could only have 6 or 7 foreign players, but it did mean, though, that I think that is why Man United did so well with our youngsters because we put them in. You give young people a chance, people from your own... You know what I mean?
Don't you think the Champions League is? Don't you think the Champions League is better now that every team can play its strongest team?
Well, I don't think English players get much of a chance. The young kids.
By the way, I don't really have a horse in this race that much.
No,
I
me
just think
neither.
it's an interesting. You clearly have opinion.
With the national team, I do. I think it should be our best against your best, and if we're not good enough, so be it. Because it'll take a little shine off it for me, because it'll go, we've won. But it took us getting someone from another country to come and get it for us.
You just don't want yet another German to have a World Cup winners medal.
It's not really about a German, really. It could be from anywhere. I didn't like Capello being there. It took a shine off it. You look at them, we're all singing the national anthem, and he goes past him and he goes, well, I'm not from here. It's like, well, you're not behind us, then, are you? I'm patriotic when it comes to that, and I think it should be, if you was German or it's Italian or Spanish, I think there's been one manager that managed a team and won, and it was a German manager who won it for Greece in 2004. He won the Euros.
The Euros, yeah.
Yeah. No one gives a shit about Greece. Don't. I'm joking. Obviously, I'm saying I'm sure the Greeks would have preferred a Greek manager.
They might have done, but do you think the Greeks are looking back at 2004, going, do you know what? I wish we hadn't won. I hate it because the manager was German, and I'm furious.
No, maybe not. I'm just saying it just takes a shine off it. And also, imagine if we did win it and we knocked Germany out, how can he go home? Why would he want that job? He's going to get so much shit.
Do you think?
What? We knocked Germany out of the World Cup in the final.
Yeah.
We win it.
Yeah.
And he's helped us win it. He's not going to get shit in Germany. They're going to go, we get it, we got it, you got paid millions, we understand, we'll shake your hand. No! He's a disgrace to his country.
I've got to say, I can't get as emotional about this as you are. It doesn't bother me.
There'll be people out there that will agree with me, and people who... It's all
no,
but
I find it... Do you know what I find interesting is that I'm not arguing against you, but because I don't have the same... Because I'm not as emotional or passionate about it as you are, it doesn't... So I'm kind of more interested in like just exploring why this is so meaningful.
I think when it comes to national team sports, it should be front to back from your country, wherever you come from. That's my opinion.
Because I don't know. I guess I feel like football in particular has changed so much now. It's such I was going to say it's such a globalized international game, and I know we are talking about the national teams, so I get that we're not talking about club teams.
Club teams,
which it makes more sense.
Of course, it makes sense.
But I don't know. Honestly, I'm a bit like.
Did you not love it when Bobby Robson was there? Oh, it was the passion, and it was like a dream. It was the perfect time, and we didn't win it, but it was like they were the good. That for me was it lost its way as soon as it got Capello in. It just lost its shine for me. I just thought we're basically saying we haven't got good enough managers in this country to manage, so we're gonna have to get someone else in. And I don't think that's the way forward. I think the way forward is invest in your own country and get better until you're good enough.
Okay, but what if
that's my opinion.
What if we've got managers? All our good managers, our really good ones who go, I'd love them to have the job. Yeah. They're all managing in the Premier League anyway.
Or too old now. Harry Redknapp should have got the job ages ago, I think.
Yeah, Harry probably should have got the job.
He should have had the chance.
He was a great manager, Harry Redknapp. I played for him in Soccer Aid.
I just don't believe you could be fully 100% behind your national team if you are not from that country.
What if, hypothetical,
when
Sir Alex had retired from Man United and he'd have gone, I mean, it never would have happened in a million years.
Scotland don't count. We can have Scottish people.
I thought you might make an exception for that.
I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of Scottish people going, you're not fucking having him.
Yeah,
no, exactly.
In fact, if anything, more so than Thomas Tuchel, exactly. Sir Alex could never have gone back to Scotland.
No, exactly. That's the point, though, isn't it? You know, be patriotic wherever you're from, be proud of where you're from, and then, and I just don't. I know how this can go wrong in so many different ways for England with Thomas Tuchel. I listen. If we win it, I think you're right. We'll be like, well, but there will be a shine taken off it for the fact that we had to go and get somebody else in because we didn't have it in this country, and that's because we're not giving English managers enough chance in this country. I think, my opinion.
When I have you ever had something like this? This is it's sort of connected. It just popped into my head. But in our job as actors now, there's a lot of and look, we're straight white middle-aged blokes, right? So we've had historically opportunity and privilege in that respect. But there's a lot of talk now about casting, and like if you're casting a LGBT role, you should get somebody who's LGBT, or if you're and all that kind of thing. Like there's a lot of talk about that kind of thing. Or if you're casting, obviously for people of color, it's an obvious one. You're not going to somebody wear blackface. But what if somebody's white but Jewish? There's a lot of talk now about like you should only cast a Jewish actor to play a Jewish person,
right, okay,
and vice versa. And how I get all that, but it's funny because it's like, okay, so we work it out as we go along, but how far does it go? And what I'm thinking of, and this is not like, if you're Jewish,
I am so interested where you're going with this.
Oh no, you'll be
I don't know what's at the end of this road, but I'm looking forward to it.
Like a load of cultural heritage and history, and same with everything. But I remember when I was about 23, I was cast in a small British film where I was playing a Scouser, and I told you I played one of the Beatles in a play.
Yeah.
I told you that in a previous podcast.
No one turned up.
Yeah, no one turned up, and I remember we were filming it in Liverpool, and you were a bit nervous the first day about your accent or whatever. I'm sort of doing my best Scouse accent, right? And I turned around to one of the crew, and I was like, just making conversation. I was like, the Scouse accent sound all right to you? And he was like, it's all right. I've heard better. And I was like, wow. Okay.
Was he a Scouser?
Yeah. Right.
They don't like you doing Scouse accent.
And then he goes, do you know what I don't understand though? Do you notice I'm not doing the accent now?
Right, yeah,
but he said in his thick Scouse accent, he goes, do you know what I don't understand though? There was 3 lads doing it. None of us were Scousers. We were all doing the accent. Right, and he goes, do you know what I don't understand though? Don't understand why they even cast you. Why couldn't they just cast a
Scouser,
a local Liverpool lad? And at the time, because I was 22 or 23, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess, that makes sense. But now, I wish I'd have turned around and gone, who the fuck are you talking to? What are you talking about? It's like, I don't do the casting. I was just off it like...
But
it's not me. I'm not trying to... And also, I've now got to go on camera filled with fucking anxiety and nervousness because you, like... Help me out, motherfucker.
Be careful what you ask for. You asked the question, you got the wrong answer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I've never asked again.
But anyway, yes, that was your swift half. And yes, like always, we start off on one thing and go off on a tangent.
So you feel a little bit, if England win the World Cup,
there's a shine taken
with Thomas Tuchel, you won't even celebrate.
Of course I'll celebrate.
You'll just be like, I'll celebrate 90%.
No, I will. Of course I'll
What percentage shine will it take off it?
I'm supporting my national team always, and that's the way. And good luck to Thomas Tuchel. I'm just saying... I wish it was an English manager as well, because it would just then be complete, the full picture. Yeah. It just takes a little piece out of the jigsaw that we had to go elsewhere to bring a manager in. That's all for me.
Who would you have as a manager? You could pick any English manager now, right now.
I don't think there's enough been given a chance. The Newcastle manager.
Eddie
Howe. But I think, why would he leave Newcastle? And I think that is the reason, because he's a young manager. He's still hungry for his career, and he's doing really well with Newcastle. They've just won the first trophy in about 70 years. So,
how do you feel about Gareth Southgate?
I like Gareth Southgate. I think he was a bit defensive. I mean, he's a defender. I mean, includes in the title, isn't he? So, and I think he could have took more risks and chances, and I think that's why people got frustrated. But I don't think that. I honestly don't think going out and getting another manager in, and is now the pressure's on. Tuchel has to win it, and I don't think we'll win it anyway. No. But if he doesn't win it, then where do we go next?
I think,
and the World Cup's harder to win than the Euros.
I found the style of play towards the end of Gareth Southgate's tenure. It was too conservative, but I still think he did extraordinary things.
He did great.
And do you know what the biggest thing he did? He made the England team likeable again, which it hadn't been for years. And that's a huge achievement.
He got rid of a whole clique in that culture and brought players together. They looked like they were enjoying it. I love getting behind my national team. I do it. I get my
You
flags
don't
out,
feel
and
that
I'll do the
you
same
don't
this
feel that
time.
English players that play abroad, that's not a problem for you.
No, why
No.
would it be?
No.
That's part of it. All that stuff doesn't bother me. Fan managers and all that stuff. I'm just saying, for the national team, it should be our best against your best, and that's my opinion.
All right. Well, I tell you what. If England win the World Cup, I'm going to be right up in your grill, going, "Come on, then, you miserable shit! Thomas Tuchel's a national hero."
And I'll have me Thomas Tuchel is
We're
a
going to be
hero
like,
shirt
one
on.
of ours. Give him a shirt. Give him a knighthood.
Exactly. Knight him now.
Yeah.
He'll have to be knighted because he won't be able to go home if we knock Germany out. Listen, that was I know it's a bit on football, but I wanted to talk about it because it was on my head.
Well, it's sort of about football, but it's about identity, isn't it? It's about identity and patriotism and what it means to people. So I feel like we weren't too niche there. We're not a football podcast, so hopefully that was interesting.
But also, represent 2 pints. It's like pub chat, and this is something I would talk about in the pub, especially with the football being with England the other week. So, anyway, listen, have a great week. I'll see you again for the next one. Ta-da.
See ya.